Hello, my name is Ramcoobeer and I will be presenting on a final project titled The Efficacy of Reading Recovery Intervention in Children with Learning Disabilities for SPED431 Strategies for Teaching Reading and Literacy to Children in Inclusive Setting. The name of the intervention is called the Reading Recovery Intervention Program, which was developed by Dame Marie Clay in 1976 in New Zealand in what is now called the University of Auckland. So it was initially designed to minimize the attainment gap between children who are at risk or children who have learning difficulties. So it minimizes the gap between them and their peers. The intervention is a short-term one which was created as a preventative approach to counter the learning difficulties that was present at the time in New Zealand. The effectiveness of this intervention is fully supported by assessments of large-scale rollouts and systematic reviews and have been adopted by universities and scholars in the United Kingdom, the United States, and Canada. So as I've mentioned earlier, the Reading Recovery Intervention Program is a short-term intervention which provides a one-on-one session with children who are in the first grade who have difficulty with reading and writing. So the Reading Recovery Intervention Program involves a 30-minute literacy session daily with a reading recovery teacher for a period of 12 to 20 weeks. The activities done during this period of intervention includes rereading books that children are already familiar with, introducing them to new books, identifying specific letters or words, making grapho or phonemic connections, as well as generating or writing sentence or sentences. So the learning process during this period of intervention is scaffolded to the child's zone of proximal development, and it adapts the Vygotskian method to instruction. So the reading progress of children after the reading recovery intervention is greatly influenced by the phonological processing skills that they have obtained before the discontinuation of the program. The research on the intervention for the critical paper was based on a journal article by Holliman, Hurry, and Bodman 2016, which investigated whether reading profiles could predict the sustained literacy progress in children even after the Reading Recovery Intervention Program was discontinued. So the evidence from this details the effectiveness of the Reading Recovery Intervention Program and provides insights into the importance of this intervention to assist children with literacy difficulties. Holliman, Hurry, and Bodman 2016 used substantial evidence from Clay's intervention as groundwork to conduct their research, since it provides predictive validity of the intervention. Now, Clay's data findings suggested that the literacy performance can prove to have future attainment in literacy. Holliman, Hurry, and Bodman 2016 used a sample size of 114 children, which includes 69 males and 45 females, ranging between the ages of 5 to 7 years of age, who have been discontinued from the Reading Recovery Intervention Program. The children were assessed on reading comprehension and phonological processing skills, along with reading recovery assessments to predict the later progress in literacy. The phonological processing skills of children who have successfully completed the reading recovery intervention was within the expected grade level range for their age. The evidence from this highlights that the Reading Recovery Intervention Program can greatly influence children's academic performance in literacy, especially in phonological processing skills, even after discontinuing the intervention program. The findings suggests and indicates that level text presented a good indication of the progress in literacy performance of the children even after the discontinuation of the intervention, and the phonological processing skills as well as the reading comprehension skills supported later progress in literacy. Now, the findings suggested also that the children are maintaining the literacy gains that they have received from the intervention up to 12 months after the discontinuation of the program. This information actually gives us a guide as to the effectiveness of the Reading Recovery Intervention Program, because the children are able to retain certain skills and certain things that they have learned during the intervention to help them in reading and literacy. So the evidence here points out that although the children have discontinued from the intervention, they do, however, retain the necessary skills. According to Jessen 2022, the Reading Recovery Intervention Program is effective in improving literacy levels in children who participated in the intervention program. It is beneficial and effective in meeting the individual needs of the children because they are having one-on-one session with a reading recovery teacher to help them improve their literacy difficulties and to gain better or gain additional skills needed to help them in literacy. It also assists them in improving their academic performance in literacy and also in reading. And also in doing so, it reduces the learning gap between low-performing children in areas of literacy and reading to their peers. So there's no longer that huge gap in the learning process, and children are better able to be on the same level, or at least be on a higher level in terms of reading, so that they can also improve in other subject areas. And lastly, the evidence obtained from the research provides us with necessary information that the Reading Recovery Intervention Program is beneficial, because later on, even after the program is discontinued, children still use the phonological processing skills necessary to improve. And that has brought me to the end of my presentation on the final project titled The Efficacy of the Reading Recovery Intervention in Children with Learning Difficulties for SPED431 Strategies for Teaching Reading and Literacy to Children in Inclusive Setting. I would like to thank and acknowledge the following persons, especially my instructor and support system, for providing the necessary guidance and support needed to complete this assignment. And finally, I would like to acknowledge that this video was made in the context of the University of the Southern Caribbean, SPED431 Strategies for Teaching Reading and Literacy to Children in the Inclusive Setting. Thank you.